Eric, a great regular season. How do you feel about the way the team's playing going into the postseason?
Excited. We've been consistent throughout the regular season, and to go 10-0 is a testament to that consistency. I think we've had a variety of different players score in a variety of different ways, depending on what was needed on the day in the game. So I think we've proven to be pretty resilient and pretty flexible to do what we need to do to win matches. So excited about how we're defending as a team, excited about the momentum and energy heading into the postseason. So we're looking forward to Friday.
How big was that victory against St. Louis for the program?
I think it was a emotional, mental hurdle that we needed to get over. Obviously they've had our number of late, and they've won 6, 7, 8 championships in a row. So I think that winning the match against them at St. Louis psychologically was certainly needed. But I thought that we played well in the match and deserved to win the match. So I think it helped build momentum and belief kind of going forward.
To see this group, take their part in history here with this program. Just how special is it for these ladies of what they've accomplished, and still much more to go with A10 tournament right around the corner.
It's fun to be a part of. It's an honor to coach them. I'm tremendously proud of them as a coach for what they invest in themselves and each other. I think we've done a really good job of getting better as this season has gone on, and taken pride in successes and certainly learned through some of the failures. But we've learned with each and every opportunity to step on the field. So really proud of how they've competed, really proud of how they've responded to whatever the season has thrown at us. So it's fun to be a part of, they're fun to be around, and we just want to keep it going as long as we can.
And to know you got home field advantage too. Just how big is that to be here at Beaujean, to have the home crowd using that, fueling you guys for this tournament?
It's awesome. It's a special place to play. We get to sleep in our own beds and eat our own food, so there's some familiarity with it for sure. We love our field. We love the environment at Beaujean Field. The Beaujean Ultras have done an amazing job of coming out and making some noise and supporting the team. So we look forward to inviting our conference opponents to Beaujean.
You mentioned the balance scoring. How does that happen? Is it just a lot of different players with the ability to finish, or is it sharing the ball, a little bit of everything?
I think it's a little bit of everything. We've been able to score in a lot of different ways. So whether it's on set pieces or counterattacks or second opportunities or build-up play, and we've had different players kind of rise to the occasion depending on different scenarios. As you go through a season, people go through different forms. People, some players are playing better than others at certain times. So I think we've had a lot of dangerous attacking players. So we can score from wide areas, we can score from central areas. So I think it makes us difficult to defend.
Is your resume good enough to get into the tournament if you don't win the A10? How much you examine that?
I think we're right on the border right now. So in terms of RPI, we're sitting at 29 right now in terms of what they really look at as top 50 wins. So getting a top 50 win at St. Louis was certainly beneficial. We've got a good result against Michigan State, who's in the top 10 right now in RPI. So we would be right on the border. So I think that there's a pathway that we can control. There's a pathway that we cannot. We prefer to focus on the pathway that we can control, which is the A10 tournament.
What was the key to improving from last year to this year in the conference? I mean, going 10-0 in the conference is not easy. And then what's the message to the players that they were able to accomplish that, but there's still more?
I think that all the returning players, we have a number of returning players from last fall. I think they gained some invaluable experiences and learned from some things that worked and some things probably that didn't work. I think the off season for us, January through April this past year was awesome. I think that we saw and experienced a lot of growth, but I think the group is very committed and connected to what they want to do and why they want to do it. I think the leadership within the locker room has been great throughout the season. So I think that they learned a lot through their past experiences and have done a great job throughout the course of this season, just managing it, what's in front of their face, and taking it day by day and game by game, and learning lessons that each game teaches us to be able to do better for the next one.
What are some of the biggest challenges now going into Friday's matchup, which is a big one?
It's really no different, if I'm being honest and blunt, from the standpoint of we've approached the whole season that we're going to worry about what's in front of our face, and that's LaSalle at the current moment. So we're working really hard to prepare to do what we need to do against them to be dangerous, to eliminate what they can do against us to be dangerous. And then we'll worry about what's next after we handle the first step.
And then, Coach, just lastly, what's a message you have for the fans, just urging them to come out and cheer on this team Friday?
I think it's an incredible opportunity to recognize and celebrate a team that's had a great regular season, and now we're entering the next phase of the season. And there's a distinct advantage to playing at home, and a critical part of that is our fans. I think our fans have done a great job of coming out and supporting and being loud and helping to create a true home field advantage, and they're going to be a critical part of that on Halloween night on Friday as well. So I encourage them to come out and wear costumes if it pleases, but help make an environment for LaSalle to have to play in.
Liv, 10-0 in the A10. How was this team able to do that?
I feel like our team has been able to go 10-0 in this conference with the great leadership that we've had throughout this season specifically. I think our upperclassmen, they've really paved the way for us, as specifically me as a sophomore, but just the juniors, the sophomores, and the freshman class, to know our expectations and know where we want to be as a team and where we want to move forward as a team. And as I feel like we've mentioned before, 10-0 is very difficult to do in the conference, specifically the A10, very competitive conference. But I think as a team, we've been able to pull together and rally around each other and just go off of our leadership that our leaders bring and win every game. Yeah.
How much did that victory against St. Louis, what did that do for your confidence?
I think it really pulled our team together. I feel like it was 10 years since St. Louis has lost on their home field, I believe. And going into that game, we all have known, it's been, as much as we would like to say, like, we focus on the next game ahead of us. St. Louis is always a game we look forward to in our season. We all know when it's coming up because it's always been a rivalry for us. And especially for our upperclassmen who have gone through these past 4 years and haven't beaten them, it was the most amazing feeling ever, being able to show up on their home field where they haven't lost. Last year we tied them and we came away hoping to come away with a win, and just being able to put the game away and win, it was just an incredible feeling.
When you think about the 10-0 Atlantic 10 season, is that something that you guys talked about of wanting to accomplish, or was it kind of like, wow, we did this, and it was something that you guys had to really kind of reflect on and kind of soak in, or was that kind of what you guys expected to be able to dominate, and that's what you put forth at the beginning of the season?
I feel like we came into this year with the mindset that we want to dominate, but our goal was always to focus on the next game. I feel like in the beginning, like early September, none of us were thinking, okay, let's make sure we're beating Rhode Island in that very last game to go 10-0. But we're all thinking, what's the next game at hand, and how are we going to accomplish our goal of winning that next game? And going off of what you said, I feel like at the end it was more of a reflective moment, being like, we really did that. And I mean, personally, I feel like it hasn't really set in yet, because thinking about the next game, thinking about LaSalle and wanting to win. But just looking back, it's absolutely amazing for myself, the team, just the program in general.
For this group to get that piece of history too, the 2025 Flyers will be remembered for what you guys did, but know that there's still left to be accomplished. How are you guys grappling with those emotions right now? And as you mentioned, getting ready for LaSalle.
I feel like we take it like head on, I would say, just reflecting on the amazing accomplishment we obviously just had, but knowing that if we lose on Friday, that's technically, obviously without like thinking about RPI, that's like the end of our season. And knowing that we can be grateful and proud of what we've accomplished, but there's still so much more to do. There's still so much more to climb. If you think about it as like a mountain, like we've hit the point where it's like we accomplished it, but we want more. We're hungry for more. And I feel like our team's very good at saying that before each game, that we want to be hungry. We want to keep fighting. We want to keep pushing, because we know that our ceiling is really high and we haven't even began to reach it.
It's a team game, but you had more assists this year, correct? So what have you done with your own game to improve and then therefore help the team to climb as high as it has so far?
In terms of from last year?
Yes, from last year.
I feel like personally, I came into this season with a much more wanting to be involved, and I personally wanted to come in and have more endurance. I know that sounds kind of just of one specific part of the game, but I feel like compared to last year, a big part of my game is movement off the ball. And with having more endurance and more movement off the ball, I feel like I'm able to hopefully open up more opportunities for others. And when I have the ball, being able to look for others and hopefully set other people up to have a successful finish or just score a goal. That's something I feel like I've really worked on from last year is my movement off the ball and just trying to help others set them up in better positions.
Laney, when did you know this could be a special team?
Oh, for sure. From the first practice walking in freshman year, I knew that I was a part of a very special program. And then this year, you kind of build relationships as the season goes on. And I built a lot of relationships last year and then into this year. As Liv mentioned, we have amazing leadership and kind of doing it for them. Like you go out on the field and our head coach really emphasizes like work for the person next to you. I think that you're part of something so special when you go out there to work for more than just yourself and for a program and for a team. So I think just like every single day showing up to practice, showing up to like games, knowing that you're working for the person next to you is something very special, and that makes me feel very grateful to be part of such an amazing program.
Laney, what can you say about the effort from this group to be able to accomplish the goal of being able to host the Big Ten tournament on top of the 10-0, but to know that you guys are going to have that home field advantage like we as coach? How big is that to be here at Beauchamp?
Oh, it means so much. I mean, there's nothing like playing on your home field. It just feels like you're at home. It feels great. I'm very proud of everything that we accomplished. But like as Liv said, we're not done. We're very grateful to host, but to even host an NCAA game would be amazing. Like we're always looking for the next goal. But yes, it's definitely an advantage, and we're definitely very grateful.
How do you guys continue to now take it up another notch? Obviously, you got what you accomplished here, but how do you continue to even ramp it up further with LaSalle here on Friday?
With the game here on Friday, I think we're just looking to, our head coach emphasizes like always focus on the next game. It's the most important game. So just like forget about what has happened, forget about that LaSalle Dayton rivalry, and just do it for the seniors, do it for the upperclassmen, for our coaching staff. I think that going in with our heads high, but not too cocky or too just cocky, but going in humble and ready to just get to work and play our game and have fun.
And you both talked about the leadership from, the juniors and seniors. What's the message then? Because of the 10-0, right, and going into this game. So what's the message from that leadership about this next game and about how the season's gone?
From the leadership, it has been said multiple times when I've come in, they have been knocked out of the tournament. They have been knocked out of their seasons. Everything has been cut short for them these past couple of years. So just building those relationships with them, and then going into the season and before every game, it's we got to do it for the person next to us. We got to do it for our seniors. We 100% want to do it for those people. They have worked their butts off their whole entire career here at Dayton. We owe it to them. We owe it to our coaching staff, and they have been wonderful leaders and guideposts for us. So we just really owe it to them.